My resting face always seems to be annoyed. You know, it's funny, on my music channel, the Decomposer Lounge, I've actually got quite a few of those messages. Why do I look angry? Or why do and I look back at some of my older videos and I go, yeah, you know, I'm always kind of, I think that's just my mind, you know, listening to the music and diving deep into it. Why the brain is making my face muscles go, I don't know. But then I realized that I think about it, and I do have this kind of resting face that's kind of Garfield. And I believe for myself, a lot of it has to do with the fact that, you know, when you wake up in the morning and then for the rest of the day, you're playing a movie about your life in your brain while you're going through your day. You know, that other entity in your mind, subconscious, the ego, you know, that other conversation that you have. It's been a very interesting journey for me because I'm doing a lot of research on kind of what is that discursive thought process? What is that monkey mind? How do you shut it down? I'm at that place now going, why work on shutting it down if not work on it, maybe making it work for you? I noticed that a lot of people that are down for meditation and stuff is how do you stop that monkey mind from happening while you're trying to get into a peaceful place. I understand that too. And there's a lot of different, I'm still way early on the learning path on that. But I think, you know, for me, when I look back at it, I'm like, I'm making crop circles in the carpets of my house. I laugh so hard I make the camera shake. But I mean, think about it. I mean, when I say I'm making crop circles in the carpets of my house, it's because I think to myself, I'm sussing out things. Sometimes I'm sussing it out loud. You know, I'm speaking to myself, which I know a good percentage of the world think that's a crazy thing, but I'm sussing it out. I think what's happening for myself is, you know, my ego doesn't want me to be happy. And what I mean by that is that when I try to connect what is it that movie or what is it that's playing in the background screen of my brain while I'm living my day, unless I'm focused on something, is usually about defending a sense of my feelings being hurt by the actions of others. Does that make sense? You know, the way they shouldn't say that to me, this should be this way, or this should be that way, or how come they, you know, a lot of the stuff, that it's almost like that voice, that other movie playing in my head when it goes full tilt, and it completely takes over me being present. So now I could be sitting, standing, doing anything, but if that ego monkey mind thingy starts to crank, it doesn't matter where I am in the world, it takes center stage. It becomes the main screen of the theater of my mind. You know, so the work on it for me is instead of necessarily going, you know, plus 20 fire damage, you know, meditation heaviness to shut that down, is to understand that it's there and recognize when it starts kicking into gear, and then kind of maybe laugh at it, because that's my whole sense of humor in life, is I laugh at a lot of things in life. But it's a shit ton of work. You know what I mean? It really, I catch myself doing it, and then I have to like go, for those of you who remember manual driving, I'm just saying, you know, and get it into neutral, and then kind of, you know, let it unwind, and become part of, you know, I guess it's, you know, I think a lot of psychologists and people say getting 50% of a handle of a situation emotionally is acknowledging that it's there and that it exists. But for me, the resting annoyed face thing is that comment made me kind of look into it and go, huh. So could that be that my default setting is I wake up in the morning and I'm annoyed at the world, or I'm annoyed at something somebody said to me the day before, or something that I may have projected is happening to me, or what people might be doing or say. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's people out there now, psychologists, that would look at a video like this and say, ooh, this guy's got this condition and this condition, which is a whole nother thing. I could do a whole nother video on how I believe we're being so overly diagnosed with something. You know, instead of it just being a thing, you know, people diving in to diagnose that it's something. Anyhow, I think the one constant that I have to pull me away from all of this is music. I think the channels that I have, my live Twitch that I do, surrounding music, is when really that theater of the mind, my movie playing in my head about things, stops playing. That movie stops playing when I'm writing music. Sometimes, because a lot of times when I'm writing music, I'm scoring a scene in my head. So if I'm not writing music to, let's say, media, which now I haven't done for a couple of years, if I'm setting out to write music, I've imagined something visually, and I'm writing my music to this visual imaging that I have in my head. It could be a beautiful day, it could be just whatever it is you want to imagine, and then write from there. You know, the mind is very busy. It's very busy. But in the meantime, I still do crop circles in my carpet, which really kind of sounds like a really bad name for an adult film from the 70s. I'm just saying. What? I'm just saying. What? Bobo. Anyhow, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I hope you guys are going to have a killer day, night, evening, whatever. Remember, always count the wins. There's always wins out there. Always wins. Talk to you later. All right.